me on this absolutely glorious Friday morning. You know, I love these fresh, chilly, frosty mornings. I don't know about you lot, but I think they're absolutely brilliant. Anyway, we've got a Volkswagen Golf that's having a couple of MOT repairs done to it. We've got an offside front coil spring and an offside front anti-roll bar link as well. So let's get it on the ramp and get the wheels off. Now that we've got the driver's side front wheel off, we can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, probably a bit too dark for you. A little pigtail has broken off the coil spring, but it is just going to be a pleasant job this is, because it's already had a shock absorber at some point in its life. And for anybody that knows that these 3 bolts holding the strut top mount to the chassis, they can snap off in place. Now I'm hoping that somebody's used a little bit of copper slip, but nonetheless we're going to give them a bit of a clean down anyway. Now how I clean these top mounts down is a little bit of a homemade tool, a wire brush on the end of a long bolt, as you can see. Now we can get up there, we can give them bolts now a nice clean down, and once we've given them a clean down, we're going to be using a little bit of Launch Power Lube Plus, and this stuff is absolutely insane. And you only need a little splodging of it, and that is it. You don't need to plaster it all in it. A little bit goes a long way. Now we've got the vehicle down to working height. Now what you can do, you can lift this plastic up, but I tend to just remove it. Now removing these wiper arms, I have just posted up a video about these. Absolute game changers for pulling the wiper arms off, the long reach. Once we've got these plastics off, we can undo the 2 rear bolts and leave this front one still in, so we can, when we drop the vehicle, well, take the vehicle back up, we can reach in and undo the top mount. And once them plastics are off, we can get our 13mm. And we can bang them out. And like I said before, leave that one in. Now we've got the vehicle up to working height. What I like to do on these Volkswagens is just drop the ball joints out, remove the drive shaft, get your transmission jack, and then remove the pinch bolt off the knuckle, slide it off the strut, and then we can rest it on this. But however, it's a good job I did this ball joint. See that there? That nut literally just snapped. It's not even clean. That has been rotten for a while. I should imagine if you give it a bit of a tap with a hammer, it would have snapped. But anyway, let's jump round now, and we're going to get this steering knuckle off and rest it on this transmission jack. Now to get these steering knuckles off, rather than use a hammer and smash it down, it's not always the best thing to do. There is this little tool that you can buy off Amazon and eBay, only about 9–10 quid, and you slot in the knuckle at the back, and it separates it, and it just slides off, and you can put it on your transmission jack. Right, let's get on the top now and undo that last 13. And that is one strut off. Let's go and get it now in the coil spring compressor. Once we've got it all in the spring compressor now what I like to do is, where I can, use this adapter, and rather than squash the springs like that, I compress the whole lot down together like this. I just think it's a lot easier. Like so, and we can get our strut top and nut in. I have already slackened it off. Right off with our fingers. Like so. Then release the tension. Just like that. Absolutely perfect. Now we've got the new coil spring in place. Now on these vags, it is always advisable to put a new top mount. For the cost of them, put one on, because chances are when you disturb them, they always go a little bit rough after you've disturbed them. So we're getting a new one put on it. Now one of the advantages of using this round top for when you're doing these coil springs is when you're pressing it into place, you can give it a move side to side, and you can move it all into place and they go the right way, and get it all lined up perfectly, and you're not faffing about. Let the weight off it now. And once we've nipped it up, we're going to just tighten it up now with a pass-through socket and Allen key. Before we put this strut back onto the vehicle, what we're going to be doing The 3 mounting bolts, we're going to put a little bit of copper grease on them. Well, you can see how long I've had that tin of copper grease. I think it's about 45, 50 years old, who knows. So if they ever have to come undone again, they should come undone fairly simple, and you won't have to worry about these nuts snapping off. Right, let's get it back on the vehicle. And there you go, that is one strut fitted back to the vehicle, along with a brand new bottom ball joint. Now remember, think back to the beginning of the video where I said that it needed an offside front anti-roll bar link. It was written down incorrectly, and it was a near side anti-roll bar link, but nonetheless we've got it done. And that's it, that is the car now all back on the floor. Now when you're doing these struts, make sure that you tighten the 3 bolts when the vehicle is on the floor and all the weight is on it, so it's aligning back up correctly. Now because you've had all these scuttle apart, what we're going to do, on all these Volkswagen, you've got to close the bonnet. You need to make sure that them wipers aren't catching anywhere, which are absolutely perfect. All we've got to do now is pop the wheel trims back on after we've torqued the wheels up, and because we've disturbed all the suspension on it, we need to check the geometry on it, and that is something that needs to be done after any suspension work is carried out. You've got to get that tracking done. Anyway, for now, let's get it sent.